Aitareya Upanishad is one of the important Upanishads, and in this text you will find a beautiful conversation between Varuna and Brighu. Brighu was said to be Varuna's son. So Brighu wanted to understand Brahman or the self or the truth. So Brighu goes to his father Varuna and asks him, teach me Brahman, make me experience the self. And Varuna instructs him that go and contemplate, go and meditate. You will find Brahman or realization of the self or Atma. So Brighu starts meditating and he comes to the first level of realization. The first level of realization he comes to is that what is the self? He comes to a conclusion and he calls it Annam Brahmeti. Annam is food, right? Annam Brahmeti. So what he says is the self is food. That is the first level of realization. Now what do you mean by food? Food here of course refers to food which we consume, but it also refers to everything that has a physical form. You cannot consume food without it being existent. So food exists in front of you physically, and that's how you consume it. Everything that you consume is not necessarily by the mouth. You see some things and consume it. You just watch a movie and consume the movie. You smell things and consume it. You touch things and consume it. Correct? Whatever can be consumed is food. So, Annam Brahmeti, which means what can be consumed? Everything in this material universe can be consumed. Correct? Everything in this material universe is made up of the 5 elements or Panchabhuta. All of them are here for consumption, for human consumption, right? By sense of sight, smell, touch, taste, we can consume all of these things. Is it not? Now, that is the first level of realization which Brighu arrives at, and he thinks that is the final level. So he goes back to Varuna and tells him, this is what I have realized, Annam Brahmeti. Whatever physically exists is the truth. That is the Brahman. Because Brahman or the self, it has manifested into everything that is physical around us. So what is the truth? Whatever is around us is the truth. Everything that we can see, smell, touch, hear, all of that is Brahman. Everything is truth. Am I right? And Varuna answers, go and further meditate. And Brighu continues his meditation and reaches the second level of realization. And he comes back and says, Pranam Brahmeti. Now Brighu realizes that everything that exists around us, that is the truth, correct, that is the first level. But to experience all of that, we should be alive. Pranam or life should be there. If life itself is not there, even if all the worldly objects, pleasures, comforts, everything is around us, what will you do? There is a beautiful woman standing in front of you, or there is a beautiful car, okay, there's a lot of money. To consume all of these things, you have to be alive, correct? So he realizes that second level, that pranam, life, is the self, right? Life is the self. And for a human body, how do we know that life is there in us? The fact that without any effort, automatically we are able to breathe. Breathe in, breathe out air. That is why we call it prana vayu. Vayu is air. So life breath, that is prana vayu. So that is the evidence that we are alive, that we are able to breathe. Once we are dead, we won't be breathing anymore. The prana vayu would leave our body. Right now, without even thinking, without even planning, involuntarily you are able to breathe. That is the evidence that you are alive. If life is not there, what is the use of everything that is physical? So the second level realization is that life is Brahman, or life is the truth. He goes back to Varuna, again tells him, this is my realization, is it right? Varuna says, go further meditate. Brighu goes back, further meditates, and comes to the third level of realization where he says, Mano Brahmeti. Mind is the self, or mind is the truth. Now, what is this logic? This logic can be understood with a beautiful example. A simple example, I like jackfruit. There are so many people I know, close people, who do not like jackfruit, who hate it. Correct? Going by the first level, that is Annam Brahmeti, a physical object called jackfruit. Wow, this is what it is. This is the truth. Correct? To enjoy the jackfruit, I have life in me. I can eat that jackfruit and enjoy it. Second level, Pranam Brahmeti. But then, third level, I consume the jackfruit and love it, and I feel this is bliss. Whereas, my friends who hate jackfruit consume it and say this is bullshit. Now, the jackfruit is the same, they also are alive, which means the truth is subject to the mind. My personal truth is jackfruit is so lovely to eat. Ananda, it is. Bliss. Whereas my friends say it is the worst thing they have put in their mouth. Though the jackfruit is the same, life is the same in me and them, then what is deciding our happiness? Our mind is deciding. So isn't mind the truth? Like your personal truth is the mind. But in that case, everyone's truth is different. Exactly. That is why things that give me happiness may not give you happiness. You will see so many people going to pubs and techno, discos, concerts, and they enjoy it. I am sure there will be other set of people who hate this. Right? They would be looking down upon them as to why do these people waste their lives drinking and dancing to some kind of techno music. Correct? So what is telling you that that experience is bad? Your mind. What is telling them that that experience is awesome? Their mind. So is it not mind that is the self? So he comes and says Mano Brahmeti. So first level, Annam Brahmeti, everything physical is reality. Second level, no, to experience that reality I need life, so Pranam Brahmeti. Third level, despite having physical objects to enjoy and a life to enjoy those physical objects, my mind is the one telling me whether I'm happy or not. So mind must be the reality, Mano Brahmeti. And Varuna again says, go meditate further. And Brighu again sits for meditation and comes to the fourth level of realization. And he says, vignanam Brahmeti. Now what is this? What is this vignanam? Jnanam is knowledge. Vignanam is the creative knowledge. What he comes to the realization is, there is a system in place which has put physical objects to be enjoyed, life in bodies which can enjoy those physical objects, and a mind to decipher that experience. Someone has beautifully created this system. Who has created? Brighu doesn't know. So Brighu understands that there is a creative intelligence behind this system where there are objects, there is life to enjoy the objects, and there is a mind to perceive the experience of enjoyment. Which means he says, oh, it is not even the mind. Because if I say mind, manas or Mano Brahmeti, then you have your own mind, I have my own mind. There is no universal mind. Then he says, okay, there must be a universal mind, that creative intelligence who has established all this system. That is the truth. Vignanam Brahmeti. And he again goes to Varuna, father, and tells him, this is what my realization is. He says, go further meditate. And he goes further into meditation and comes to the fifth level of realization. And he says, Anandam Brahmeti. Bliss is reality. There is nothing else. There may be objects, but if you are not alive, you cannot enjoy. There may be life to enjoy the objects, but if your mind doesn't cooperate, you will not get the feeling of enjoyment, like in the jackfruit example. Next, okay, there must be this whole creative intelligence aspect which has put this system. That must be the truth. That knows everything. Right? There must be this vijnana, the creative intelligence, the creative knowledge which created all of this. Is that the reality? He comes to the fifth level where he says, no, even that is not the reality. He says, reality is just bliss. That's it. is just bliss which is beyond all of these, even beyond this creative intelligence. So then he comes to the realization that you are bliss, essentially. You are that fragmented piece of soul of the ultimate reality. So reality exists for bliss. Then why are you not able to experience that bliss? Because you are either stuck at the first, second, third, or fourth levels of realization. Some people who are very materialistically inclined, very interested in buying houses, buying cars, making fixed deposits, savings, investments in stock market, growth. They are into the enjoyment of the physical objects around them. That is their mission and purpose of life. They are at the first level of realization. That is Annam Brahmeti. This is what gives me happiness. Second level realization, people feel that no. Objects don't give me happiness. It is my life, and being alive, I am able to enjoy these objects. That is truth. Life. That is the second level, Pranam Brahmeti. There are some people stuck at Pranam Brahmeti. Correct? They are not very much behind the objects. They are more behind their health. They want to be fit. Correct? Why? Because they want to be alive. They want to be in a condition so that they can enjoy all these things. Correct? There is a third level people who are stuck at the level of Mano Brahmeti. These are the people who are into deep meditation. They are about positive thinking, law of attraction, and whatnot. They are thinking, if I can control my mind, if I can put my mind in a place where it can enjoy everything, correct? Whether it is bitter or sweet, whether it is jackfruit or coconut, whether it is biryani, vegetarian or non-vegetarian. If I can train my mind to believe everything is happiness, then I will be happy with whatever comes. These are the third level people. The fourth level people have gone to the level of surrender. They are saying my mind is fickle. We cannot control the mind. We come with so many janmas of vasanas. Correct? Lot of lifetimes we have accumulated so many conditionings due to which my mind is like this. It's difficult. So they go into bhakti, worshipping that creative intelligence. For this, churches exist, mosques exist, temples exist, everything exists. Correct? We are surrendering to that creative intelligence and saying, we don't know anything, he will take care. He, she, God, goddess, they will take care. Let us worship the creative intelligence. But the fifth level people are already in bliss. They do not see that they have to worship someone because they do not see the difference between the worshipper and the worshipped. Everything is Ananda. Whatever exists is bliss. I am happiness. It is not like external objects will make me happy. Right? Or my mind will make me happy. It is just bliss. They are in that bliss. This is like supreme realization. Summarizing all the five, in fact, our human body has all these five. That is why, according to the Upanishads, our body has 5 layers or koshas. Same 5 levels of realization what we talk about. Outermost is the Annamaya kosha. Go a little bit inside, you have the Pranamaya kosha. Little bit inside you have the mind or the Manomaya kosha. Little bit inside you have the creative intelligence in you. You are the God. That is Vignanamaya kosha. You pierce that also, Anandamaya kosha. It is beyond name, form, God, devil. It's all beyond it. The whole creation is just bliss. You are in bliss, Anandamaya kosha. So, Aitareya Upanishad, Brighu comes to all the 5 realizations in a sequence. Annam Brahmeti, Pranam Brahmeti, Mano Brahmeti, Vignanam Brahmeti, Anandam Brahmeti. Finally, he concludes that Sarvam Brahmeti. Everything is the self. Everything is the Atma. Whether it is Anna, food, things, Prana, life, the mind, the creative intelligence, Vijnana, or the bliss, Ananda. Everything is bliss only. That is Sarvam Brahmeti. Sarvam is everything is bliss. That is the ultimate realization that whatever exists, whether in physical form, whether you like it, whether your mind likes it, whether you believe in God, whether you do not believe in God at the Vijnana level, whether you believe in a creative intelligence, or you think human intelligence is the most superior thing in this world and the universe. A lot of people argue that there is no aliens or there is no life outside this earth. There is unending universe. How can you be so sure? Your Hubble telescope can't even stare into things. Even if it is staring into stars, they are 4 billion, 5 billion, 100 billion light years away. What you are seeing, the light from the star has been emitted 100 billion. You are staring into the past. Right now, what is there? God knows. How can you be so sure no one exists? We don't know. Statistically, like talk about probability. And these people claim that human intelligence is the highest form of intelligence in the whole of universe. Assuming that no one else exists, you are only the highest form of intelligence. I mean, it is a pity that this is the state of this material world and this is the highest form of intelligence. Slightly unbelievable. Like, at least I am not willing to believe this, that this is the highest form of intelligence. It is not, because we are stuck at the 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of realization. Once you reach the 5th level, Anandamaya Kosha, correct? That is the sheath of bliss. You are always in bliss. Everything is bliss. That is the goal of human life. To realize that you exist here to be blissful. Not to be controlled by the mind. Not to attach your own happiness and unhappiness by the events or things happening around you. Or things you possess and do not possess. Right? Whether you are alive or not alive, how is your health, whether a God exists or doesn't exist. Because the pinnacle of Advaita Vedanta is there is nothing that exists. There is singularity, there is no duality. And this is only beautifully represented symbolically in imagery in Hinduism. Correct? In imagery, this is what is shown. Right? Why is it always that Shiva is always in meditation and it is Parvati who takes different forms in each life, like Sati, Parvati, Himavati, whatever you call her? Why is every time she is the one meditating for Shiva? Why doesn't Shiva does the same? It's a symbolism. It's not about male, female, feminism, machoism, masculinity. It's not about that. It's a symbolism saying that Purusha is the eternal truth, Prakriti is the manifestation of the eternal truth, or this material universe. This manifestation suddenly feels it is different from the Purusha and it is meditating to try and get back to the Purusha. That is how it is again depicted in Tantra, like Kundalini. The Kundalini Yoga, the serpent at the base of the spine, symbolically, is rising to the top of the head where eternal truth lies. So the base nature Mooladhara, which is all about the physical material aspects, is slowly rising up through each of the chakras and finally merging into the ultimate bliss. And that is the reason why Shiva is depicted with a moon on his head. Correct? There is bliss there. Correct? Moonlight is compared to the softest thing. Okay, the most pleasant thing. Correct? And it's also represented like the Sahasrara Chakra with the 1,000-petal lotus. What is this 1,000-petal? It is not 1,000. It is infinite. Which means it is infinite dimensions. Once you reach that 5th level Anandamaya realization, that is Anandam Brahmeti, you are in bliss. In any universe, in any multiverse, you don't care now. You are beyond God. There is no God. There is nothingness. You are that nothingness from which everything comes now. This is the essence of Aitareya Upanishad. And I hope you understood this concept. See you guys in the next podcast. Bye-bye.